Oh, it's another one of those fish that I caught before. What is this? G'day everyone and welcome back to another episode of Real Fishing. Today you're in for an absolute treat. We're kicking things off offshore here off Sydney with a mission to chase down some hard fighting snapper. The sun has just come up and the conditions could not be better, but we're not stopping there. After we've tangled with some snapper, we're switching gears, heading shallower and seeing if we can target a few squid. These waters are just perfect for catching squid, and I'm going to be sharing with you some tips about how to catch them. And just when you think the day is winding down, we're heading back in the river to target our bream, flathead and whiting here in the Port Hacking River. There's no better way to wrap up the session than catching a few really nice fish on your way back in. So whether you're here to see me catch the snapper, the squid, or any of the river fish, stick around. This episode is going to be packed with tips, techniques, amazing catches. So let's get into it. Offshore and we're pretty close to the first spot right now. The first tip is figure out where you are going to drift and your drift line. So what I've got out the back right now, right behind me, is a fishing rod, and I've just casted it out and I'm going to let it sink to the bottom like I normally would for a snapper and just see which way we're going to be drifting. I also use my GPS plotter as well to see the direction of my drift. I will do this about 400-500 meters away from the reef. Again, snapper are very wary, and if you're going to floor it straight over where you're going to be potentially drifting, you could be in a bit of an issue with catching snapper. So let's head over and have a fish, hey? All right, so we've started the drift, got my drift line perfect, ready to go. But what I've noticed is I'm drifting at 0.5 of a kilometre to 0.9 of a kilometre. So that's really, it's not slow, but I need to change my jig head weight to be able to suit the drift speed. So I'm going to go to a quarter ounce 5.0 on a nice flick bait style soft plastic. So again, how to rig a soft plastic for you. You got your soft plastic and your jig head. You line it up so I roughly know where that little black bit of stuff that's on my plastic is where the hook's going to come out. Feed it on nice and even, straight down the middle, all the way to your spot. My spot is roughly there. Pull it out through, pull it over the hook keepers. Perfectly rigged, soft plastic, ready to fish. So what I've got actually rigged on my line at the moment is a quarter ounce. I'm going to leave that somewhere easy to be able to grab, because I can quickly tie a quarter ounce on if I go into a deeper spot, or if the drift speed picks up. So the 3/8 of an ounce one, I'm going to keep it very close by. Tie this slip knot on and get fishing. Let's have a cast, hey? First fish in the morning, nothing special. Pretty sure it's a rock cod. What is it? Some kind of, I don't know what that is. Looks like a flathead, a rock cod mixed with a flathead. Hang on. Some kind of weird fish. I'll probably Google it when I get home. Yeah, weird. So the technique that I sort of do when I'm fishing snapper, particularly in shallow waters, obviously the biggest key is getting the jig head right now. You either fish 1/6, 1/4, or 3/8 between 15 and 25 meters. The most common jig head I use is 1/4. Now I have my speed as well on my Garmin sounder, so I can look at and see how fast I'm actually drifting to see whether I need to go up or down a jig head. What you wanted to do is you cast as far as you can, you slowly let it drop, and it should almost hit the bottom by the time the line is directly below you. So therefore it's just sunk down the water column the whole way during your cast. Now some people will do flicks and all that sort of stuff. I don't really do any of that because I haven't really caught many snapper after it's dropped all the way down to the floor anyway. You can give it a couple of flicks, see if the snapper will come around, but 99% of your fish are going to be on this drop. So the biggest key is keeping tight with the line. You want a belly in the line, but you don't want it to have 20, 30 meters of slack line. You only want a little bit of slack line. So if you do feel that tick, you can quickly set the hook and get hooked up to a very nice snapper. And again, it's a bit different here in these shallow reefs. It's a bit different to fishing in the river where you've got a nice belly in the line, you're looking for that tick. But because you're out offshore, you've got swell, you've got wind, you've got all different elements that can play into how your line actually looks. What I like to do is keep tight enough with the line, but then I'll just have my finger over it as if I was bait fishing. And if you've even got a little bit of slack, you'll feel that tick quite well. A bit more of a head shake to it. I don't think it's anything special. Maybe a baker? Oh no, rocky. Beautiful little rock cod. Poor man's lobster. You just got to be careful of these spines up the top here. All of these spines up the top and on his head they're venomous. They won't kill you, but they will make a lot of pain in your hand. Now the way, if you do get spiked by one of them, the way to get rid of the pain is hot water. It always pays to have some kind of hot water storage on hand when snapper fishing, just so you don't get spiked by these guys. But cool, beautiful scorpion fish, rock cod. Things you don't want to catch. Not at all. We do not want to catch that. Ooh. Just do this last cast and then we'll probably just move across a little bit, do the same drift again, but just a little bit further away from where we drifted previously. Because we didn't catch a snapper on that drift, obviously you want to be moving around. So I'm going to move probably 50, 60 meters to my left and work across the reef again. Nothing special. It's another rock cod, I think. Yeah, little rocky. Okay, you can let go of my thumb, please. Snap, see ya. While I'm slowly moving over, I'm not going to burn over 50 meters and then stop. I'm only just in idle, just slowly going to be working over there. Again, we don't want to run around and burn around the reef, especially when we're trying to move spots and stuff like that. So if we were going to re-drift, we'll do a big wide berth around where we're going to be drifting. So just because I'm cutting across, I'm just going to cut across and then fish up the reef that I haven't actually driven over yet. There we go. I don't know, a couple of head shakes, nothing special. Sergeant Baker, different reef fish for you. Beautiful little Sergeant Baker, again, not a fish you want to be catching. He smashed that up, he's engulfed that plastic. He's only a little one, but so cool. Such a cool fish, man. They're cool, they're not what you want. We'll get him off the hook and put him back. Ah, snapper, where are you? Yeah, there we go. Yep. On the drop. Hasn't got a head shake though. No head shakes or fight. Oh, it's another one of those fish that I caught before. What is this? It's like a rock cod mixed with a flathead. All right, I don't really want to hold this guy too much because I don't know if he's poisonous or not, but yeah, he's a bit of an interesting character. I don't know what it is, but yeah, anyway. Let's put this guy back. See you, mate. I want to touch him. You just never know. Never know. So it's about 7:30 now. I'm probably going to fish for the next 45 minutes roughly for the snapper, and hopefully we can just get one more snapper. But yeah, if we were going to continue to fish the snapper, I would just go out deeper and deeper. So I'd fish now 30, 35, and then 40s, 50s, 60s by the middle of the day. So if you're going to chase a snapper throughout the whole day, that's what you're going to do. But I'm going to go and target a different species in the next 45 minutes. One more cast. Oh, hello. There's a squid on here. There's a squid. Squirt it. Go for it, mate. All right, have a look at that beautiful squid. Such a pretty fish, man. Smack the squid jig nice and early on, but yeah, that's one in the tank and something to have for a bit of lunch when I go back to the ramp. All right, so hardly anything out offshore, barely any snapper or anything like that. What I'm going to do now is go back in to the river and see what's going on, see if there's any salmon busting up. If that's not, the other plan will be to fish along the rocky edges with hard body lures and lightly weighted soft plastics for some bream, estuary perch, flathead, all that sort of good river species. So in a second, just about to head back into the river and see what we can catch. Smacked it, whatever it is. That came out and absolutely hammered it. Oh, it's a bit of fun, this, isn't it? It's a trevally. Going to do circles on the way up. And there's a circle. Lift up. Just keep your head out of the water. Net. Thank you. It's a nice trevally. Have a look at that. Beautiful trevally. Perfect little start. Switched over to the hard body like I just said, and this trevally come along and absolutely hammered it. Probably about a metre off the rock. Not far at all. He's a legal trevally. They're pretty good sashimi, but I'm going to put this guy back. See you, mate. Whew. That was a bit of fun. So just before we leave, I want to talk about Reelcast. Reelcast is our brand new fishing podcast where each week I talk to an angling personality in the fishing space about their journey through fishing, from their first memories right up until the current time. Some really, really nice stuff. We've had Paul Worsling, Steve Starling, and Sam by the Gilchrist so far. So 3 really, really cool and different anglers that target different things and have different stories. So some really, really nice stuff there for you all to watch. Don't forget to go 7 Seas Apparel. I'm wearing the 7 Seas Apparel hoodie today. Use code REALFISHING10 to save yourself 10% off, especially Father's Day coming up. Head to 7 Seas Apparel, purchase something for your dads and your fathers. So yeah, don't forget, use code REALFISHING10 to save yourself 10% off at checkout. All right, well, that's going to do it for today's episode. I hope you all learned something. A bit of a different episode. Some times where it was a really, really tough, went out early morning. There was hardly any snapper around, but a lot of reef species being caught, and then caught just that one squid across the one drift at the squid grounds. And then we came back in, we tried a few spots here and there, and then ended up with that really, really nice trevally. So yeah, had to go all the way down to Plan C today, but that's fishing, you know. We don't always go out and catch a heap of fish every single time, but either way, I hope you all learned something. I hope you all enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up if you did, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.